minutes.
Yeah, yeah, okay, I was doing that differently, because that's a prior issue. Yeah, I was working on the current, but yeah, we could do that as I would say do that as a separate motion. Because that one you would ask for the sheriff to do the investigation. You either have the sheriff, you can request of the sheriff, or we can do it initially. Basically what we'll do is we'll go through as many documents as we can. We'll interview even more past board members. As I said before, when we interview folks, and when we went through everything up there, we could not find them. We appreciate your assistance in that. Spoke with former board members who said they just weren't done. And, so we can certainly, keep going.
So you need a motion?
I guess I'd like it maybe for two separate motions, maybe.
The first motion being concerning the minutes that we bring forward the proper personnel to address the missing minutes.
Okay.
And to take any necessary action required.
And report back to this board. I mean, this goes without saying, I think, but I'll, just make sure it's in there.
And this is doable. Do you have any idea which way you go with this?
I think what I'll do is we'll go back through the building. We'll work with the attorney on old records. And then we'll probably interview some of the former board members who are still frankly living. And we'll talk with them about what their recollections were. We may check, take a look at some of the grant documents from back when, and see what we're talking about 30 years ago, so it's questionable how much is still in existence at this time. And so we can, if you have ideas of what we can check, we'll kind of walk all through those. And when you get a report back, you may say, no, you didn't check so. We won't take umbrage at that. Just, give us ideas, we'll go there.
One suggestion would be, when in doubt, ask the clerk. Hazel has other documents that are commingled.
Oh, they're already in there, yeah.
With missing minutes.
Yeah.
I've seen them myself.
That's what I'm talking about, the agreement. You were talking about agreement. You said minutes, you also talked about agreements and things like that.
Agreements, documents.
Yeah, we got easement documents.
Closed session minutes.
Yep.
There's just a few closed session minutes and some of the old minutes that we have, but not all.
Yeah.
And I was stunned to see how many closed session minutes they had.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I scanned through what minutes are here in this building
Yeah.
that I can get my hands on.
I reckon where I'm at, I think there's been questions raised, not just recently, but there's been questions a long time, I think it's the responsibility we have to try to put those answers. If we're gonna be effective going forward, we need to get the questions that have been asked answered on the table, put it to bed, and move forward.
I agree.
Okay, we've got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion is second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of moving forward with the investigation on the documents, would that be satisfactory? And we understand through all this, okay. All those in favor of this motion signify by raising your right hand. It's unanimous.
Second motion would address the audit. I would make a motion that staff be directed to come forth with a in-depth audit by whatever means it chooses.
Organizational audit, can we call it?
Yes.
So it's financial and organizational.
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor for an organizational audit. I have a second.
Second.
Got a second. Any further discussion?
Or the time frame on this?
It won't be done over the holiday. It's gonna take several months to go through a lot. So we'll get started, we'll kind of keep you apprised with preliminary information, and you can let us know if we're giving you what you're looking for, yeah.
Or that much expense?
It's gonna take some time. We'll either use existing staff, some part-time folks, we'll get some help as needed.
Okay. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor of doing this audit as discussed, please signify by raising your right hand. It's unanimous. Mr. Reno, did I answer some of your questions?
Answered all of them, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hopefully, like I say, I'm not trying to play one-sided here. Hopefully it'll bring to our attention what we need to address that will benefit the people at the airport as well. I hope the people at the airport understand that.
Okay. All right, we got one other item. I've decided to resign as chairman on the airport authority because of time constraints, being chairman also of the county commission board. And I would recommend and nominate Greg Lovelace to move into that position. And I would ask for a second on that.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by raising your right hand. That's unanimous. Okay, we need a vice chair, and that's your baby, right here.
Thank you. Nominations for vice chair? I'll nominate Mr. Holland.
I'll second it. I'm sorry,
Any other nominations? Or all those in favor, raise your right hand.
Okay.
Anything, anyone else have anything? Thank you, this meeting's adjourned.